It's time to drop the hammer. We'll see how this plays out. I have a feeling the gloves are going to come off from the word go as we hustle down the back straightaway into turn number 3. 28 cars out on the racetrack. So far, so good. 3 wide, not a big surprise. Up front, race leader. First time across, going to be flying Ryan Timms. He's watching back for the Corey Day, the number 4 car, trailed by just a little bit to see how it shakes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars up front, singled out. Fence post formation, getting into that lap traffic. Timms hung up. Look out right in your front of your race there. Timms is caught up. Unbelievable. Contact right in front of flying Ryan Timms. It caught Corey Day, also stopped on the racetrack. Here we go. Green flag coming out. Boy, straight line down on the inside of the racetrack. Back behind Benston slings it out wide, or Mason rather slings it out wide. Green goes after your top spot. Little drive down to the inside. He's gotten away from Moles. Mitchell trying to come back at him as Grant shuts the door in his face. Taylor Reimer might be picking up some speed too. As up and over goes Thomas Meseraull down at turn number 1 and 2. Red flag coming out. Meseraull got her up on the high side, was trying to grab that cushion. It grabbed the right-hand side of that race car, biked him up, and over he went. He's got to maintain that single file formation. Grant throttles her up. He'll crack the whip back behind. Line goes Mason, the 9AU car is going to test the waters on that high line. He'll run it deep down into the corner, as will Kyle Larson, the 1K car. Both of them working around Logan Seavey. Mason with a nice little drive there. Picked the pocket of the number 57. Seavey kind of caught sleeping a little bit. So now Larson looks to the outside. Out into turn number 3. Seavey trying to keep it throttled up. He's able to do so and keep himself out away from the 1K car. He'll hustle down into the corner. 1K of Larson throws him back into what is now a meaty mix. Coming out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Logan Seavey's right there on the tail of Golubic. So he'll sling a slider down into the corner. Look out, Larson bobbles. High side of the racetrack, back into that car, hopped up. As he caught a clod in the 1K car. And my goodness, that could have went horribly awry. I'm looking for the race leader, Justin Grant, down the back straightaway. He hustles into turn number 3, and we got one up and over almost. She did do a full roll, just caught it out of the corner of my eye. So on Taylor Reimer, the Yahoo 25K car was up and over and brings out the red flag. A little bit further out the cushion before he punches the throttle. Let's start all the way back through the field. We'll scamper down into turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Mitchell Moles hanging on for now. Logan Seavey for the number 3 spot. Propped open the door. 3 cars able to get through and around Spencer Basin. Boy, you talk about getting your pocket picked. Grant in his diamond maneuvers got to hustle it up big time if he's going to outrun the 57. It's a Southern California runner on the hunt and on the prowl. Down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, back behind, 97 Gavin Miller moves around the 1K car. Big diamond, look out, nothing to be found. Holy smokes, he jacked that baby sideways, and much to his chagrin, Jane Avanissian was coming through there in the 71 car, and she got popped up in the air and gives up a couple of spots as an end result, but good job by her keeping that thing underway and under sail. May have damaged that car a little bit, though. Looks like she's off just a little bit, getting down into turn number 3. Meanwhile, up front, here comes Logan Seavey after your race lead. Working just a tick lower than Justin Grant, trying to bring some momentum into play, and here it comes. Watch him down into turn number 1 and 2. Gonna be the move this next time. Out of the corner he comes, backs out of the throttle. This is it, slide job for the race lead. Powers up into the cushion. Grant trying to turn him back down the inside. Seavey goes to the number 1 spot. Justin Grant back to second. Oh, we got 2 up and over on the back straightaway. That pass may not stick. Chase Johnson involved back there in the 31 car. It's a replay coming up here on FloRacing. You see she was just kind of slow down the back straightaway, and Chase just no place to go. He'll hold him a little bit longer. We saw Justin Grant take him all the way around the top. Hustle down into the corner, watching Larson back behind that 1K car. See if he can find some speed down into the corner. Justin Grant bobbles on that high line for the number 2 car. Able to hang on to second for now. Logan Seavey's got to go. He has got to go because here comes Justin Grant in the number 2 car. Closing on him. 2 wide lap traffic lies ahead. Brian Wiedemann down on the inside. Brooks to the outside. Seavey trying to thread the eye of the needle with Justin Grant waiting to see what happens. Seavey, bold move down low. Can't make it happen. There's the opportunity for Grant to close even further down into turn number 1. Watch the battle. Grant jumps the cushion. Dodger down into the corner, kept her on the high side of the racetrack. Hard to get a run on for a slide job on the initial start. Not so much the case in turn number 3 as there is a double slider. Look out. Parked it on the nose of the 1K car. Well, he fired that one off there for Carson Macedo. Just clipped Larson on his way through and checked him up enough that allows the 19T to get back down the inside. Larson trying to come back at Moles. He'll slip up across, find a cushion, and back into the number 4 spot for the 1K car. Grant trying to get down in there and an angle of attack for the number 2 car. Meanwhile, Larson's going to be able to run to 3rd. Deep down into the corner. Slide job, grab the binders, punch it into the cushion, and around Golubic goes the 1K car. Shane trying to come back down the inside. Larson says, nay, nay, not today. Keeps that baby in that number 3 spot. Golubic shuffle back to 4th on the field. And Seavey up front is once again off and running. Receding into the distance, as the case may be. Down into the corner with 13 laps remaining. Larson now going to go to work on the number 2 car. No doubt about it. He grabs some knobs there under that caution. He'll throw a slider on Grant. Grant tries to turn it back to the inside. Not going to be able to get there that time. So he'll run it down into turn number 1. Larson up to P2. Rolled off his bad boy back in the number 16 starting spot. Can he run down Logan Seavey up front? Down to the corner we go. Justin Grant kind of humping a hub down on the inside. Larson right back to the cushion for the 1K car. Down to Max Chute. Deep into the corner for Golubic. 17W up across the 2 car. He'll try to get the number 3 spot away. Grant not going to let him go easily. As he slides back down to the inside. Grant back into 3rd on the field. And actually got the door propped open for Carson Macedo. Macedo coming up. Contact with Golubic. Golubic slips up through. Grant was waiting on it. May not be quick enough back to the throttle to hang on to P3 for now as Golubic slips on through and the caution comes out. Taylor Reimer, unfortunately, kicked up onto the dirt bank on the back chute, and I don't know what happened there, but she's coming up now with the race car. Punches the throttle, we're back underway, and Larson's got a good restart. So he'll look to the outside, down into turn number 1 and 2, and down the back straightaway. Here it comes, run down low. Seavey trying to protect on the slide job, lets him sweep on through, drops the nose. He'll look back down to the inside, drag race. Larson's got P1. Shuts the door on Seavey. Seavey trying to hang tough. Golubic going to come to play in the 17W car. Deep into 3. Seavey, slide job for the race lead. Bobble out of Larson. Golubic's in the mix. Oh, back to the P1 spot for the 1K car. Seavey's right there. Golubic's not out of the mix just yet. 3-car tussle down into 3. Down on the inside. Seavey trying to run off some distance. Larson protected on the slider. Rolls across now with 5 laps to go. A handful remain. And those top 3 cars getting out away from the field. Larson stretches his legs on him. Hustles it out of turn number 4 and down to front straightaway. Into turn number 3. White flag coming out. Golubic trying to put pressure on Seavey. Seavey a slip of the grip. Gap opens up to the 1K car. Kyle Larson. Larson. Placerville Speedway's home track picked up the inaugural Hangtown 100. He rolls back in here and becomes the first 2-time winner. Checkered flag for Kyle Larson. He'll double up this weekend. He'll double up on the Hangtown 100. How about it, race fans? Kyle Larson. So we'll send it down with Drake.
What a weekend for Elk Grove, California's young money Kyle Larson as he doubles up here at the Placerville Speedway. The first 2-time winner of the 100-lap feature event as he scores the Hangtown 100 feature event win, the 27th win of his national career, 100% win rate this season with the NOS Energy Drink USAC National Midgets. We'll get him decorated with the NOS Energy Drink hat and the Hoosier Tire neckband as well as his medal, and get a word with your Hangtown 100 winner for 2023. Matt Wood, race promoter, comes in to congratulate him. Owen's down here in victory lane as well. And we'll get him up here on the Placerville Speedway victory lane stage. Paul Silva, crew chief, comes down, as well as Shane Golubic. Here he comes up to the stage, race fans. Young money, Kyle Larson, the first winner, 2-time winner of the Hangtown 100. Kyle, that race between you, Logan Seavey, and Shane Golubic was chaotic. You had 2 cars sliding you at once. How did you come back on that one and get the race lead while you were at it?
Yeah, I mean, a lot kind of happened there, that final 8-lap run or whatever it was. I knew, being a leader, you got to play some games, and, Logan took off kind of in the middle and then got to the cushion, and he got a little tight, and I was actually able to get a good launch, and I was entered right on his right rear into one, and he could hear me because he went to protect into three, and my angle was just a little bit better than him, and was able to get to the cushion, chop him into one. I don't know what we really did there after that. I think they both slid me in 3 and 4, and I was able to check up and just get a nice run on exit and get back to the lead, and wasn't quite sure what to do, after that in 1 and 2. I knew the safe route would be to kind of run the bottom, but Logan's really good at running the cushion, so I didn't want to, do that and let him to build a run behind me. So felt like if I could just not hit the curb too hard in 1 and 2, I could at least have enough momentum down the backstretch to protect from a slider. And I could see his nose a few laps there, and I don't know, 2 or 3 to go, he kind of disappeared from my inside in 1 and 2, and felt like I had gotten a safe enough gap there. So a lot of fun race with Logan there. He really turned the wick up there after the break, and I was struggling there after the open red. So had to get up on the wheel there, and it was a lot of fun. So just so much fun to race these midgets, especially here at Placerville. Hats off to Scott Russell and Matt Wood, too. I mean, they put in so much work to even allow us to have a racetrack to race on, let alone an awesome surface. So thanks to those guys. Thanks to InterCars.com, FloRacing, everybody involved on this 1K. And, yeah, that was a blast.
With you being the high point driver and the 16 invert, it seemed like slowly but surely you get your way to the front, and then I'd say about 15 laps to go, you really turned up the wick. Was that a mutual decision between you and Paul Silva to kind of take it easy and then go hard towards the end of the race?
No, I mean, honestly, I was trying to go as hard as I could the whole time. I got stuck really early on in the race, and the track was still kind of narrow at that point. And then once I got by whoever it was, I was able to get to 5th or 6th pretty quickly, and then got to 4th, and then hopped really bad and gave up like 3 spots before the open red. And I knew that was going to hurt my chances of getting to the lead. I felt like I could have got to the lead much earlier if I had not made that mistake. And then just had to work really hard after that. The lanes kind of got dominant there after the break. The top got really fast in 3 and 4. 1 and 2 was kind of confusing, but the middle got slowed down enough we could finally roll the top. And I knew I knew where I was at, I could win the points, but I didn't want to just win the points. I want to win the race. So we had to get up on the wheel there the last, like you said, 15 laps, and start pounding the top 1 and 2 to build some runs.
You are now the first and, as of now, the only 2-time winner of the Hangtown 100. I know how much you love winning here at Placerville, but to now have that stat, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's awesome. Matt Wood, he's very passionate about midget racing, and you just can't say enough about that passion and him, putting up a big purse for this race. That's why I want to support it. He's trying to build the sport of dirt track racing, especially midgets. And I wasn't here last year, and I heard the crowd was not very big, and the atmosphere wasn't there. So I felt like it was really important for me to get back to just try and keep this event going and keep the momentum going, because Placerville is one of the best tracks in the country. Midgets put on the best racing, most exciting racing for sure, and to have the money being pumped into the series here with this event, it's just really cool. So thanks again to Matt Wood. Thanks all you fans too again for coming out and supporting him in this event, and hopefully you can get back again next year.
Kyle Larson, your 2023 points champion of the Hangtown 100.